better than getting free legendary. For today's video, we're gonna go ahead and break down some of these fragment champions and see where I'm at, who do I think is worth it, and who do I need to put more work into. Hey you guys, it's Cece. Welcome back to my channel. Now, I recently made a 1 year of raid video and I did talk about some of my count progression, where I'm at, what's on, but I realized I never actually talked about any of my fragment champions. So we need to actually break this down. For fragment champions, I will say I do think a lot of these are really good champions and others are kind of like, yeah, you get them, maybe you can use them, but not something I'm necessarily running towards building. So I thought today we kind of break this down further and I'll show you guys just really where I'm at. So first one I'm going to start off with is going to be mod. So with mod, in terms of the actual pieces and fragments, essentially this one is from exchanging. So when I get other pieces, I will go ahead and exchange it into here, and it's kind of slowly building up, but 29 out of 100, clearly not a lot, and I probably could have more. I think when it comes to like fragment fusions, as they come out, if I know it's some that I'm not going to be getting, then I think that's a good opportunity for me to actually exchange those fragments. That's kind of what I've been doing so far. If it is an event or a tournament going on, and I know I'm not going to be completing the fusion, but it's something I want to say go ahead and farm anyways or do anyways, then I think I need to spend a bit more time doing that, really, so I can go ahead and grab those points. Because as of right now, as you guys can see, when it comes to mod, I'm not quite there yet to actually be able to go ahead and grab that champion, although I do think it is a pretty good champion. Legendary support, sacred order. Nice thing with this one, it's accuracy in all battles. Your first skill decreases an attack debuff. I do have plenty of champions that do this though, so it is part of why I'm not necessarily running towards building this champ. There is an AoE, and this one I also like because it does decrease the duration of enemy buffs, which is good, and increases the duration of ally buffs, and has a heal. So I will say for skill 2, super supportive and nice. Also has a revive. I feel like having a reviver in each faction is good, very helpful towards faction wars. So a champ that, well, it'd be nice to have. My Sacred Order isn't necessarily lacking in there. Also a pretty good passive in here as well, since it does have a debuff that can get removed essentially. And then again, a bit of a heal. But as I had mentioned, when I go into my faction wars to show you guys my Sacred Order, so 63, that one is actually complete and finished. So it's not a champion that I'm like, I need to go ahead, I need to get mod. So it is part of the reason that this one's still kind of ongoing and I'm not necessarily like running and rushing towards building. Not to say I can't use this champion in other areas of the game. I do think it would be helpful in a couple other areas maybe I'm lacking. And it's always nice when you're doing something like Curse City and it has the conditions and there's certain champions to use. That's definitely where I think she would come in handy. But as I said, not something that I feel like I'm severely lacking at the moment. I do think the place that she will ultimately end up helping me out would be something clan related, like Hydra, for example. Next up, Lamasu. So this is a champion who I'm closer, 63 out of 100 for her. And the way to actually get her is with Siege. So essentially just continuing to participate in this and actually hopefully being able to get fragments of her along the way, which is nice because I have a victory chest right here. Go ahead and see. So we have 10 more fragments. Oh, I'm so close to collect everything else as well. So now that I've done that, going back over to her, I mean, she should be in any, shouldn't say any day now, but I mean, she's getting there. So 73 pieces to actually go ahead and grab her. Now, this is a champ that I am actually pretty excited for, partly because she is a support, she is a void, and it's demon spawn. Now with her, the decreased attack, but it's an AoE on the first skill. And then we have a block buffs debuff, true fear debuff on everyone for 2 turns. And of course, having that added if it is a boss, which again, very nice to have on bosses. And this part, removing all debuffs from a single ally and having 2 intercept stacks on them. I don't have many champs built that do intercept, and filling an ally's turn meter, resetting the cooldown of all of their skills. Very useful. And then immune to sheep debuff. So for that reason, I can see myself using her in my team for my PvP Void Climb, which I'm trying to do with Live Arena. Part of why I really would like her in there. Also gives me the speed for all battles. But I do think, again, a champ that I can use in something like Hydra, or even in some of my dungeons, to be honest. I could definitely throw her into really any of the dungeons, and I think she'll be helpful for me. Now, when it comes to my demon spawn, This one lacking a little bit, but not as much. Like I have Krutraxa, Helicath I recently got, Prince Kymar as well. So when it comes to this one for my faction wars, we are looking Demon Spawn. Oh, up here. 31 stars right now. I think that one will increase now that I've got Helicath built at this point. But again, it is one of the champions I'm looking forward to. And in terms of actually getting her, fairly easy from Siege. As you saw, I got 10 points there. So closer to getting her, and one that I'm pretty excited for. So for that, of course, wanting to be in an active clan to be able to be an extra step closer to actually getting her. Next up here being Cleopteryx. I actually made a separate video for her. Okay, well, I can't go ahead and click on her and really show you guys right now, but essentially just logging in how we get her. So I'm just waiting for her fragment to come through. So this account, I do not have her getting there as I'm logging in and getting the pieces for her. I have her on my other account. I've built her somewhat and I'm kind of using her, but it's not a champion that I'm necessarily like, oh, I need to put everything into it to be able to build this champion and use her. Like, she's okay. She's not a terrible champion. She definitely has some uses, and in terms of where I can actually use her, where I'm planning to put her into, for my skinwalkers, I can go ahead and actually use her in my faction wars, but a couple other PvE places in the game, Doom Tower, Curse City, but not necessarily going to put her in any of my dungeon teams. She is an attack. She does have some supportive skills like a crit rate buff, crit damage buff on this champ, attacking everybody. She's got the counter attack as well once she loses a certain amount of HP. So not a bad champion by any means, but not one that I've necessarily been excited to go ahead and get built and use her. And part of that is because pulled her early on my other account, got to try her out and wasn't necessarily wowed by her. So more of like a passive champ that I'll probably bring her to 50, but not beyond that. Next up is going to be Quintus. Now this one, partly excited to add into my Void roster because that's the area I can use him. Ironically, the only way I can get him is by doing PvP. So I need to actually go ahead and do Live Arena to go ahead and grab this champion. Now I know I've talked to you guys about Live Arena and some of you have said like you hate it, you don't like doing it. I think part of it is like do a little bit of it so that eventually we can grab him. I mean, I'm far ways away. Like I have, where are my pieces for you? 20 out of 100. He is far, far, far away from me to actually get him. But he is an attack type and it is an extra hit if the target has no buffs. So ideally, I go first, I have a speed booster, and then I go ahead with him, and hopefully they haven't had a chance to buff. But the nice thing is he does have this skill where it removes all buff on the enemy itself. So, I mean, that's not too bad. And then he does have AoE in here, and he's able to do like a decent amount of damage. So genuinely a champion that, yeah, I'm excited for. But I know I'm still far ways away from getting him. When I do get him, it is really going to be Arena that I'm excited to actually try him out in. Not to say I can't use him in other areas of the game. I mean, I can definitely see myself potentially using him in some of my dungeons, but again, not somewhere like I'm running to use him. I think Arena is really where he's gonna shine. But ironically, I need to do more Live Arena to actually get him. Next up is Mithrala, who is actually a champion I cannot wait to get. Now, in terms of actually getting her, it's doing Hydra. Need to do more Hydra to actually get her. Love the fact that she is a Void, she's a legendary support type, and she's for Dark Elves. Can we talk a moment about how Dark Elves is lacking? My goodness, when it comes to the champions for Dark Elves, can we get a fusion that is a Dark Elves fusion? Like, I need some help in here. Visix has been helpful, of course, getting her as a login champion. But apart from that, I mean, they have good rares too. I will say that much. However, yeah, my legendaries severely lacking for Dark Elves. I think that faction just needs love. As I said, if we can go ahead and get a fusion for Dark Elves, I think we would all be incredibly happy for that. Even like a login champion coming our way some point in the future would be really nice for her. But as I said, champion herself, would love to get her, can't wait to get her, need to do more Hydra to actually go ahead and grab her. Poison on the first skill, attacking 2 times at random. We have an AoE Hex debuff, increased defense buff from attack, so really filling that support role. Cleansing in here, it's all debuffs, all allies, placing a strengthen, a shield buff, come on, and then a very, very good passive. So essentially a champion that you can use anywhere. I could use her in Hydra, I can use her in Chimera, I can use her in dungeons. I really do think she would fit and fill a lot of roles. So a champ I'm very, very excited to actually go ahead and get. However, I'm still a little ways away. Speaking of Chimera, that is where Empress comes into play. So I need to do Chimera to actually get him. 33 out of 100 pieces right now. And I've been maybe slacking a little bit and actually going ahead and getting him, which I shouldn't be because he is a mythical. He's a very, very good mythical HP type. He has tons of usability in terms of his actual skills. I do think he is a champ that would play kind of nicely and fun to use in something like PvP and looking at arena. However, also a champ that I could see being useful in dungeons. It's just that certain skills I think would fit more in a PvP role, like swapping HP with an enemy. If they are a target, then it'll fully restore this champion's destroyed HP and kill this champion instead. That part is nice. So yeah, you can definitely use him in dungeons. The block revive though is one that is very, very nice, especially if I'm doing live arena, which is kind of where I'm thinking about true fear on all enemies as well. But lots of AoEs coming out of this champion, but removing stone skin buff, blocking debuffs. I mean, your mind kind of immediately goes towards a PvP type of build with this kind of champion. But again, not to say I wouldn't use him at other places. I mean, overall, like obviously a champion, you want to do Chimera, you want to go ahead and get it. Definitely worth it. He is a part of the Knights Rev faction. And if I go ahead and take a look at that one from my memory, if it serves me correctly, oh, it's up right now. So it's not what would I say I'm struggling? Not necessarily. I've got champs built in here. Would he help? Yeah, absolutely. He'd probably make this a breeze, to be honest. He would be very, very helpful in actually finishing off this faction. So I've got some champs built in there, but I do think he would help me there tremendously. Lastly, this brings us to Drexstar. So this champion, he's part of Demon Spawn. I kind of talked about my demon spawn a bit, so not one I'm running and rushing to build. 3 hits on a first skill though is very nice. HP burn is also really nice. There's certain bosses, especially in Doom Tower, that would be helpful. Also have an AoE provoke. Again, for me, it's kind of Doom Tower is where I'm thinking about this champion. Could I use him in my faction wars? Yes, absolutely. Am I slacking on getting him? Yes, absolutely. I forget to buy his pieces, which isn't a good thing because you can only buy it once a day, a piece a day. So should I have him by now? Yeah, I probably should. Have I been slacking on my tag team arena? Yeah, I've definitely been slacking on tag team arena. It's one of those things in game I just forget to do. It's not necessarily the most fun thing to do for me. I've talked about before, do we need tag team or do we really even need it? So I definitely think I should have gotten him by now. It's just on me whether it's like having enough pieces to like points to actually buy the pieces for him. I do buy other things in the shop. Like I will go ahead and I will grab the ancient shard because I'm like, yeah, I need more shards. So then by the time I come, I'm like, oh, I should have bought him first. So should have had him by now. Do I think he's worth getting? I do still think it. Like he's a legendary. He's got skills that are going to be helpful for players. So I mean, it's essentially like a free legendary that you can get. At least once you grab him from the bazaar, you don't really have to worry about it anymore. So I think he's worth it to at least grab. Even the HP burn, it's something that is going to be helpful for you, especially in like faction wars and other areas of the game. If you download Raid Shadow Legends using my link, I'm actually going to start you off with the free legendary champion on day 1. And then at level 10, level 20, and level 30, you'll get yourself an epic. That is 4 amazing champions that you can get just by downloading using my link. That's it for today's video. I want you guys comment down below and let me know which of these champions do you think are a must get for players, or who are some of the ones that you are working on, you're still hunting and trying to get. Leave those comments down below. Be sure you guys subscribe so you're able to see when I do grab these champions. I'll build them, put them to the test, and see how they do. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!